What's good, fam? It's been a long time since I did one of these. It's my off day, finally off work, finally not dealing with the craziness, but I am home and I do get hungry. Big fella's got to eat. So what I wanted to do was come in the kitchen, make something I ain't made in a long time. What we have here is the makings of Italian sausage potato soup. Getting ready to get started. I'm gonna let y'all know how it's going down. Just hold on a minute. We got to start off by getting this pot nice and hot. Put a little extra virgin olive oil in there. I like to put a little butter in there too. Let those two come together and get these vegetables sweated down. You know, I like a lot of butter, so don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. I like a lot of butter. And the first thing that goes into this here butter and oil is the mirepoix. It's a celery, carrots, and onions. You want to get those sweated down a little bit. I'll season them just a little bit once they start to get a little translucent, those onions. They try to do their thing. Like, this is like an Italian style soup, so of course we got to have Italian style sausage, right? Vegetables first. And then what I do is they start doing their thing. I like to add a little bit of salt, just a little bit of that fine sea salt. Add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of pepper there. We're gonna add some granulated garlic. I'm gonna probably season it again a little bit later. Believe me, I like layers of flavor. Then we got a little bit of onion powder. Now I'm filming by myself. I don't have no assistant like a lot of cats be doing on YouTube. I wish I did. I love those guys, but I have to do this by myself. Now after I've added all of that, I want to add some aromatics. A little fresh thyme, a little fresh rosemary that I chopped up already. Maybe a little bit of parsley. Add some garlic. Oh yeah. It's going down up in here. Up in here. At this point, I want to start adding my sweet Italian sausage. And I also got some mild Italian sausage. Oh yeah, it's going to be a meaty soup. That's right. That's right. Once you break it all down, you know, once you break all this soup down, it's going to come together real good. Once the stuff gets a little smaller, it won't even look like there was that much meat in the first place. Now, like I said, I'm a little different than everybody else. I like to cook all the meat and the veg together. So once it comes together, I take it out for a little while and I do something different with the potatoes. Now, I don't mind them little juices in there. You remember Tyrone Biggins, my brother, shout out to Dave Chappelle. He said, get them juices. So that's what the potatoes gonna do. I'm gonna cook them and what's left over. After all that goodness in the bottom of the pot, I add a little more extra virgin olive oil, a little more butter, let it cook on down, stir it around, bring it around town. I never said I was a good rapper or rhymer. I love that stuff, but I'm a singer. Oh, y'all don't believe I'm a singer? Go on Spotify, look for That's Who He Is by Robert Beal. You'll find out. Now I'm getting these potatoes started off. I'm going to just put them on over in there. Let them saute just a little bit. I'm a little bit unconventional. I know this is not the regular way, but hey, you got your way, I got my way. I like to get those potatoes started with a little saute. Turn the heat back up just a little bit. I had it on medium. And get all the oil and all that goodness that was at the bottom of that pan on these potatoes. Let them saute for about 4 or 5 minutes. To those taters, I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Just a little bit of Italian seasoning. Remember, this is an Italian themed soup. And even though it's 65 degrees outside, it's still cool enough to enjoy a pot of soup for dinner. My wife didn't even know this was going down, but she keep asking questions. I said, mind your business, lady. Wait till I get done. And of course, a little salt and pepper. We're going to let them do their little saute thing, and then I'm going to make a little roux off of that. And once the potato's been finally incorporated to all that goodness in the bottom of the pan, take a little bit of flour, maybe just a little bit more. I eyeball it. I don't do specifics and metrics and all that when it comes to some foods. Now, if I'm baking a cake or something like that or some cookies, I'm going to follow it to a T. When it comes to stuff like this, no, we ain't doing all that. Let's mix this up, make a little roux, get it thick in there. Once we get it thick in there, there's a reason for that. See, There's a reason. Just hold on a second. Now I'm taking some chicken stock. You can use any kind you want. You can make your own at home. Make your own stock or buy some broth from the store like I did today. I don't have all time for all that because I'm sure my wife got a TDL for me somewhere in this day. You know, they always got something for us to do. TDL is a to-do list for all you non-married people who don't know. Gotta have plenty of stock. That's all gonna thicken up just a little bit with that roux. So I add a lot. We got a whole lot of meat, a whole lot of taters. So we gotta have a whole lot of stock. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna leave this pot alone for just a minute, just to let these potatoes, well, I ain't gonna say just a minute. We're gonna need those potatoes to tenderize, so we're gonna need them to go for about 15, 20 minutes, and we'll come back. Now as the broth begins to boil and it starts to get that thicker look, what I wanna do is get it just a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this heavy cream. You can use milk if you choose, or half and half, but I want the heavy cream. Blend that in there with it real good. Just let it continue to simmer down. I'm gonna turn the heat down just a little bit now and let it simmer. And also I'm gonna add the meat back to the equation. We're gonna let all these flavors marry together. I'll let you know what's up in a few. I had to add a little Parmesan cheese to that too, y'all, because you gotta have the Parmesan cheese in an Italian style soup, right? I've incorporated the Italian sausage. I'm gonna bring it down to a simmer. Let those potatoes continue to get a little bit softer, because now we've got cream, Parmesan cheese, and all of the meat we're gonna be eating soon. Now that my mini concert is over, it's time to eat. Oh yeah. See the steam coming from that pot? Got the breadsticks brewing. Soup has been finely married together. All the deliciousness come together in this pot. Getting ready to serve it up and see what it's hitting on. This meal dares to be reminiscent of something from your childhood, one of those restaurants we used to go to back in the day. Of course, I had to add a little bit of scallion on top. And I'm gonna let you know just how I throw down. Throw a little Parmesan cheese on top of there, because you can't never ever have enough cheese. I like to start off by dipping my breadstick right into the broth. Taste that deliciousness on there. And now for a spoonful. Listen, I know people like to compliment their own food all the time. Herbaceousness, all that herbaceousness. The potatoes cooked down nice and soft and tender. The breadstick, the Italian sausage, all the aromatics, the vegetables. It all comes together for one beautiful meal in one big old pot. Now, I may not be a professionally trained culinary arts school student who turned into a restaurateur, but one thing I do know is Big Rob can cook.